Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. In the name of God, the most gracious, the most merciful. Welcome to Lady Khadija radiallahu anha online college live lesson, A-level maths, year 2, pure maths. Today we're looking at trig addition formulas and just putting in some numbers to give you a bit of an idea, a nice and easy, gentle start to how to use these formulas. If you're following through in the book, it's chapter 7, example 5 of the UK Edexcel Pearson textbook. Okay, Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. We begin with today's example, which is work out sine of 15 degrees. So this time we have to get an exact value. We're not allowed to use a calculator, and we're trying to use the formulas we worked on yesterday. So the first thing you want to take a look at is what combination of answers that you've already memorized would get you to sine 15 degrees. So let's take a look at the ones you've memorized earlier in the course. So these ones are in radians. Remember that 180 degrees is the same as pi radians. So we're talking about sine here. So we don't really need the cos ones just yet, but we'll save them for a bit later. So let's take out the tan ones for sure, and let's just take a look at the sine ones to begin with. So we've got sine of 30 degrees is equal to a half. That's 30 degrees. We've got sine of 60 degrees is equal to root 3 over 2. And then we've got sine of 45 degrees which would be equal to 1 over root 2. So coming back to the question that we were looking at, we need to work out 15 degrees. So can I think of a combination that would make me end up with 15 degrees based on the ones that I've memorized? And the answer is I could do the 45 one, take away the 30 degrees one. Or you could do the 60 degree one, take away the 45 degree one. So let's go with the first option, 45 degrees, take away 30 degrees would make sine of 15. So we're going to say sine of 15 is equal to sine of 45 degrees, take away 30 degrees. So now let's bring those a bit closer. We don't need the middle one, we can get rid of that. So we'll need these two, and we're going to need the cos ones as well. So we don't need the middle one, but we do need these ones. You'll see why, because if you remember from the formula yesterday, when we're doing the sine formula, then cos appears in there as well. So let's just take those. And while we're at it, we might as well just repeat. It's 30 degrees and 45 degrees that we're looking at. So 30 degrees can be written there and here. So let's replace that with 30 degrees. and that's cos of 30 degrees, and then sine of 45 degrees and cos of 45 degrees. So they're the key ones. Hopefully you'll memorize by the time you get to the exam. If you don't, then there's always the calculator, but hopefully you'll be okay with these. Okay, so let's use them now. Let's bring in the formula from yesterday. We had sine A minus B is equal to sine A cos B. And then we keep the sign the same, so it's still a minus in between. And it's the opposite now, so sine B cos A. Or most textbooks will have cos A sine B. So let's put the 45 and the 15 in. So I'm using 45 and 30 to end up with 15. So 45 and 30, and then this time it's 45 and 30 again. And now let's put the values in. So we're just looking at one at a time. We're looking at sine of 45 first. Sine of 45 is the 1 over root 2 or root 2 over 2. Both are equivalent. So let's bring that one in. Times by cos of 30. So it's times by cos of 30. Let's bring in cos of 30. That's root 3 over 2. And then subtract. We've got cos of 45, which is root 2 over 2. So cos of 45 is root 2 over 2 times by sine of 30, which is just a half. Let's find sine of 30, and that's the half. And bring that down here. And then let's just multiply out. We're just going to make these a little bit bigger so it's easy to see. Okay, and then just multiply out the fractions. You're hopefully comfortable with that. So the first pair at the top, we'll have root 2 times root 3, which is root 6 over 4. And then let's go on to the second pair. So it's root 2 times 1. That's going to stay as root 2. And on the bottom is 4. So my fraction is going to end up as root 6. Take away root 2 on the top. And 4 on the bottom. And that's the question done. Join me for more in the next lesson. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. Peace be with you, and the mercy and